Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Gemini Man. And I'm kind of excited. I know IMDb only has it at 5.7 and over 20,000 people have rated it at a 5.7. So how bad can it be? I mean, sheesh. And there's Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in it. Mary Elizabeth Winstead. It has Clive Owen in it. I'm not a big fan of him. But I don't know, seems fun. The synopsis basically says an older, aging hitman faces off against a younger version clone of himself in this movie. I don't know, that doesn't tell you a lot. That's why I have to watch it and tell you what it's all about. It's an hour and 46 minutes long, so I'll get into it, find out what it's really about, give you a better synopsis, and then ultimately tell you what I think, and see if it's better than that 5.7 that IMDb is telling you. So, stick around, I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Gemini Man. Sorry no check-ins tonight. I apologize, my son got up and pretty much watched the whole movie with me. He's 7 months old, he didn't get it. But I couldn't take a break and check in with him here. He would have been a distraction for all of you. Anyway, but I figured we could do it all here at the end. Kind of summarize what the movie was about. It's what they kind of said, but on a broader scale, it was Will Smith plays a hitman. He has 72 kills, working for the government, and decides now is the time to retire, and he's done with it all. And usually in these types of movies, assassins or hitmen, they never are allowed to retire. So of course they come after him because they don't want him to retire. He has too many secrets, all that kind of stuff. They start messing with the fact that, hey, some of the things that you've done for your country might not have been on the up and up. It might not have been villains or bad people. It might have been, doctors or something like that. And, there's a whole piece behind it. It doesn't develop a lot along those lines. Essentially, they want to wipe him out because he's retiring kind of thing. And then to do so, they have cloned him. And they've made a younger assassin, a younger Will Smith, and the idea is to eliminate all the things that humans would distract humans: fear, love, those types of things. Rid himself of that so that he could just be, focused on doing what they need him to do. But he's coming after the older Will Smith, and that's and then Mary Elizabeth Winstead, she's in there. She's gets a connection with the older Will Smith. She's part of the government as well, so she's kind of helping out. There's another guy that helps out. He's kind of fun, but essentially they're trying to get away or stay alive from the government trying to assassinate the assassin. Some of the things that's the summary. That's all you need to know. Everything else you can watch and figure it out, and there's a lot more detail to it, of course, than what I've just told you. But some of the things that I do like, and maybe I didn't read any comments, but maybe people don't like, but I do, how they make them younger, and how they make them in the same scene. It's pretty interesting. I don't look for the flaws, but nothing popped out to me either. So usually maybe something will pop out, but I think they just do a great job of saying, okay, here's the older Will Smith, which is the actual Will Smith, and here's the younger one. And it's not like one of those where they just cut his hair, or shave him or something like that. They actually do some, I assume, CGI work on his face to actually make him look younger. And I think it's amazing how they do that, in today's world in the movies. So I enjoyed that piece of it. I thought that was pretty neat. And I like the concept. I didn't see anything wrong with the plot or the idea behind it. What I will say, some of the areas of opportunity for me was the dialogue. I think whoever wrote the dialogue for this movie kind of missed the mark. There's some cheesy lines in it. There's some, just not great. You have some decent actors like Clive Owen. He's pretty good. And Will Smith, of course. But I catch them saying like not right things, not well written things. Let me put it that way. And maybe you'll catch on that. I don't have any examples off the top of my head because again I was running around with my kid, and maybe that's part of the issue as well with this movie. But some of the other things, I think there's a lot of plot holes, of course, in this, and it acts like it's fully developed, but it's underdeveloped. If you know what I mean, like they don't do a great job of developing different stories, big backstories, but you know, they are already developed on here and they act that way, if you catch my drift. So then there's the, you know, it's always fun. It's an action film, so it's, you know, a lot of unbelievable stuff and things like that. But, you know, unbelievable stuff is okay, but the way that they do some of the things, and I have an example, the motorcycle scene. So when he first interacts with his clone and they get in a fight, you know, shooting and jumping around and doing all that stuff, that's fine. But then there's the motorcycle fight, and you have to watch it and see, like, a little ridiculous on that one, at least for me. And then there's another scene where they're coming after him and they have a Gatling gun. Well, they're aiming at a liquor store. They're sitting behind a wall in a liquor store. I'm going to ruin it for you. They survived the Gatling gun. But I mean, it's like ridiculous. I mean, you see this thing just shredding the entire store, but somehow they don't get hit at all. So things like that. But that's like one of the unbelievable things. The motorcycle fight is more silliness than anything else. But otherwise, I don't see the 5.7. I just want to see if I have any other notes here. No, that's it. Yeah. No other notes that I took while I was trying to watch this. So, there, I do see that there's flaws in it. And like I said, there's plot holes and stuff like that. And I don't know if it's bad acting or poorly written. I'm going with poorly written on the dialogue side. And, but otherwise, you know, it's an action film. It's a modern day action film kind of thing. So if you just let yourself go and forget like the things like that's impossible, those kind of things, and just kind of have fun with it, I don't think it's a 5.7. I at least think it's a 6-pack. At least a 6. Definitely not a 7. Okay, I could see that. But I think it's a 6. But I guess when you think about that, 5.7 is not too far off from a 6. But it also means that a lot more people rated it lower than a 6 than I am. So, worth watching, I think. That's the best I can say. And I think it's worth renting, too. You know, I mean, not worth buying at $14.99. You know how they have the, you can buy it before it comes out on Blu-ray? No. Wait until it comes out and you can rent it and check it out for $5.99 or something like that. And I think, yeah, you know, it'll be alright. You know, if you like Will Smith and you like everything else I said, you might enjoy this one. So, that's it. That's all I got for you. Hopefully that was helpful. Let me know what your thoughts, if you saw the movie, what did you think about it? Did you see, what did you think about the dialogue, the overdevelopment, acting like it was overdeveloped, you know what I mean, and so on and so forth. So, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.